Hello everyone and welcome to the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. It's been another winning week for the team and Toby and Trent are here to chat through it all. And welcome fellas, how are we? You've been up to the Ekka this week, winners on and off the track, but good to see Connolly Connolly get the chocolates again for the Archer Park team.
Yeah, he was good, wasn't he? He was in 2 races and we went on our form guy. Vince Aspinall does a bit of work in the background for us and always sort of points us in the right direction, so thanks to him for that. Sort of suggested that race was far inferior to the other race we had him in, and he had a lot less weight, he had a better barrier in that one, a little less weight, big weight and a bad barrier in the one we won. So look, he could have won the other one as well, but it's good to have those guys in the background that we can always lean on.
Yep.
And get their advice. He's been a great form student for a lot of years now, and he continues to work closely with our stable, so it's good. I must thank Andrew Mallion rode him beautifully, from the barrier, it just looked awful, and I seen Andrew at the trials on Tuesday morning, and he said, which race you're running him? And I said, I'm running him from the bad barrier, and he goes, oh, I knew you would. And anyway, look, he gave it a good ride, and well done to Andrew. We since Martin's been back, we haven't been able to use him as much. Martin's gone away for a holiday now, so we'll use him a bit more if we can, and if he's happy to ride for us. But it's good for that horse to get a good win. I think it's fair to say the King didn't give him the best ride at his last start. And he just got a good ride the other day and beat him easily, so it's good.
Yeah, well, that's could have been really three wins in a row, isn't it? It's 2 from his last 3 and a narrow second. So.
Yeah, and he's had a very long prep. We started him ages ago, and he pulled up really crook after going. Well, not really crook, but his bloods were off, and he was distressed after he ran at Dalby and went poorly. And we hit the reset button, and he's bounced back pretty well. So that's the real horse, and what we do with him now, who knows? Whether we keep going or spell him, unsure. But
we'll see how he pulls up for the next few days.
Yeah, we'll just give him a couple of days off and see how he is.
Yeah, well, it's been a good prep so far.
Sure,
and
I
think he's almost won 50 grand in the last 3 starts. So
you'd like that type of horse to progress through to town. And I did mention in my post-race interview, I think it'd be better next season as well. Even though he is 4, he's quite an immature horse, and you don't get that chance much these days to let him mature. So Archer Park have been good. They've been very patient with him. A couple of guys on our side
as well.
Have also been very patient with him. But there's actually a couple of shares available in him now, because
there you go.
The guy's Gary Diamond, who
races Colts.
Races Colts and doesn't like to race anything after the 3-year-old season, and they just have that. That's their
model.
Their model, yeah. So they're going to sell their share online. Him and Peter Mullen, I think they've got maybe 7.5% between them or something. I'm not sure. So that's going online right now.
Okay, could be a bit of interest in that.
Yeah,
then.
maybe someone in the stable wants to snap him up. Away you go.
Very good. Oh, well, good to see him continuing the winning run. And let's get into the preview and see whether we can find some winners this weekend. Preach headlines the weekend's runners, heading to Doomben Saturday, 3rd up assignment. How is he heading into this?
Super. He's been good all prep. The ride looked good on him last start, but it's not the way to ride him. I think we've spoken a heap of times about it. He needs to be out and bang up on speed, high cruising speed, and run him into the ground. Get a cheap sectional somewhere and keep going. When you try and hold him up, he doesn't find a great deal, and that's through a number of reasons.
He's had a wind issue.
He's had a wind problem, so
just let him ride.
While the ride looked pretty last start, it wasn't.
We've always had the view that the family are fast-running horses, and whilst you have actually got to use him a bit more than you think.
Early,
he's not one of them horses that jump on you, and you hunt him for 50 or 60 yards, and then he tows you, and he doesn't do that at all. You've got to really use him, be aggressive, lead and let run, not lead and hold up, because with his wind issue, he doesn't find a great deal anyway. But if he got back to a bit of form,
I think he's well overs.
And the
30 to 1 or something.
Yeah,
isn't
the 1200. No dramas.
No problem.
No.
1200.
As long as he gets the right run.
Well, yeah, he's drawn good tomorrow.
Yeah, finally.
But sometimes he does miss it away a little bit. He's not the best beginner, and that's why you've actually if the rider doesn't know him, which Mark tomorrow hasn't ridden him either, I don't think, but
no.
he certainly he's a good listener, and I'm quite confident if we give him the right instruction, he'll do his best to get the best out of him.
Okay, well, sounds like a bit of each way value there with Preach.
Good each way value.
If he finds his best form.
Finally drawn a soft gate. So
yep.
I think his best ever run was when he ran second to R&T over here over 1200, and he crossed from barrier 21 or something, or 16, whatever it was.
And that's what I mean. Like,
and he really
even though he's drawn poorly a lot, sometimes those horses that aren't the best beginners are better off drawing out there, because you get time to get into stride without the rest of the field crossing you, and next thing you're stuck behind them. You know, so that's important. He needs to begin clean, and Mark needs to be as positive as he can and use him up, and gets to the front, he'll be able to run down.
Correct.
Okay, get out of the gates, Preachy.
Yes.
Good luck to everyone involved there. Gold Coast Saturday, 2 runners lining up on the home track. Clover's Prince looking to make it back-to-back wins. King Callow again aboard.
Up to 1200, or I don't think it's a concern. He's racing in really good form.
He won his maiden at 1200.
Yeah, when he led the whole way. Beat some good horses on that occasion. They're a bit unlucky behind him, but anyway, that was then and this is now. Perfect, 1200, good draw. I think the only other speed that's got his leg speed is Marcus Wilson's horse again, Malife. And if he gets the right run in transit, it's going to be really hard to run down, whether he leads or sits just off them like he did the other day.
Okay.
Good
I think he's got another dimension now. I don't think he needs to lead. I think
He fought him for a bit the other day,
especially
but
with Callow on, like Callow, I mentioned it, and I think we both mentioned it. That horse needed a good bang up rider like Callow is.
Yep.
An aggressive rider.
An aggressive rider.
To
when
get
I
the
say
best out
bang
of
up
him.
rider, I mean, someone to jump over him and frighten him into it. And I think he done that the other day. And he was getting away from him again. He got a bit of pressure.
Yeah, he poked the tongue out even across the line. Cheeky old Callow.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the horse.
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry about Callow. We're not watching Callow.
The theatrics and the rest of it.
Theatrics, he does all right. He loves that shit, but honestly. Anyway, he's in the right race.
In the right race.
Yes,
another
sure
good
is.
chance. Yeah, okay, sounds good. And then I Am Voodoo, he's been knocking on the door also. He's the other runner on the poly, and King Callow aboard there too.
Yeah, the King. So he drew bad. Look, tomorrow I think we'll just bite the bullet and ride him quietly. I don't think we'll bother banging him up, and he doesn't find much anyway.
There's good speed.
Good speed, good chance to just come out on his neck and ride him wherever he's comfortable. If he can get into a 3-wide line from the barrier, that'd be great. If he can't, so be it. And just see if he can finish on tomorrow, more so than, using him right up to lead. I think tomorrow we just try riding him a bit more patient.
Okay. It'd be good to see him break through, because he has been
He
knocking
deserves
on
a
the
win.
door.
He deserves a win.
If he could slot in midfield somewhere, and if they split up, that'd be perfect. Get down the middle of the track.
All right. Well, sounds like 3 good chances.
Each way chance.
Yes.
Yep.
Best bets.
Best bet.
Looking for some lift there. You're on plus 130, Toby minus 200 to start the season, so you can do the honours. What are you going to...
I'll go Clover's Prince.
Clover's Prince.
I'm going Preach each way special at the big odds.
Each way special.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah. Well done.
You beauty. All right, well, last week we chatted through a few different issues and topics, and you had some good feedback. So I guess there's been a bit of chat this week around the early season Group 1s, and with good horses, but they're first up resuming in a Group 1. Should those races like the Wink Stakes be Group 1 status? What do we reckon?
Well, I reckon in years gone by,
It's a Group 1 quality field.
You'd say it didn't quite have the a solid Group 1 field, but tomorrow's race is pretty solid. It's come up solid, a lot of runners. So I think there's 19, so 16 plus 3 emergencies. You got the likes of Zaki, Moanga, they're all Group 1 performers. Think It Over's the top weight. He's probably going to be coming to his own as he gets out in journey. But that field tomorrow's, I think it's worthy of a Group 1 tomorrow personally. But
it's a Group 1 quality field, but the question is it's not a grand final as such. It's a kick-off point.
Should these early season Group 1 races...
There's one horse that's had a run.
That sort of thing.
Golden Mile ran in the Missile the other day, and the rest of them are first up in a Group 1.
They can't run everywhere. Zaki come through the winter here, I think. They can't run, week in, week out, and it's very difficult. It's only 1400, so I think it's ideal from first up. Horses like Zaki, Think It Over, Moanga, What else was there? There's another one.
There's Montefilia,
Fangirl.
Jewess. There's some good
Yeah,
sort of
some
stayers
good,
resuming, I guess.
Some good horses, yeah.
Fangirl, which I think is an
Fangirl.
absolute moral.
Okay, I was
Yes.
going to ask you for a tip, so there you go.
Fangirl.
Yep.
Okay.
And what price are we looking at there?
$6.
$6, yep,
$6.
okay.
Hold on, I'll have to have a look at this. $6.
Toby, looking for a tip.
That's me all day long.
Winks
Fangirl.
Stakes.
Jamie.
Zaki, the 460 favourite.
She's drawn 11, okay. Zaki's favourite. I'd be happy to bet against him
And
tomorrow.
I saw enough from Golden Mile, like it was
What
jogging
about
until
Golden
it popped
Mile?
the interference the other day.
Unlucky.
But I just think Fangirl, uninterrupted run down the middle, James McDonald, she'll be winning. She chased home. What was the horse she chased home last year in this race? I can't. The name has escaped me.
Animo.
Animo. There you go. That's
Pretty
right.
handy horse, that one.
My memory's terrible. I even knew that.
All right, have we got a tip?
In that race,
Yes.
Trent's going. He's going to tip.
I tipped Fangirl.
Fangirl, obviously. I'm going to tip Golden Mile.
Golden Mile.
How's that?
Bit each way value, $15.
Chad
Jogging the other
Schofield.
day. Far out.
Drawn a bit awkward, but Chad Schofield.
Okay, well there you go. You got a
Is there anything else?
couple of local tips,
anything-
interstate tips. Any other issues doing the rounds?
No issues. We've got.
I'll tell you what, our grass is coming on good.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Looks
humming
great.
good.
Hopefully everyone can see it in the background. But yeah, it's the knitting in process.
We've got a couple of babies in work now. The Star Turn Divergence colt that we've partnered up with My Runners.
Yep.
Nice sharp colt. We're going to try and push through with him, see how far we get, and there's a couple of shares available left in him. So a little bit of a push there.
Yeah,
And
he's going well.
He's doing everything right. He was really forward last prep, and he's sort of defying his breeding, I think you could say.
Yeah, he is dividing his breeding. He's out of a big brown mare, which is, unusual for him to be a horse that's up and about a bit this early, but that's okay. I did watch, went to the trials on Tuesday. We had some nice trial horses resuming at the trials. Storm of the Fortress trialled up in Heat 1. He went beautifully. The Vows was his normal self. Just, come on.
He does what he needs to do.
Just does what he needs to do, and then he switches on race day, which is, I think I've mentioned a number of times. He was good. What else do we have, Tramp? We had
Fair few.
Stern Magic.
Stern Magic
There he
was
is.
good, resuming
Stern Magic was good.
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, he's a nice horse. Michael Cole sort of loves him, so hopefully he takes the next step this time through and gets off the poly track and can put his form onto the grass. So
Yes.
that'll be good. And I think that's about
That's
it.
about all.
Couple to follow from the trials anyway. Some of those horses.
Storm the Fortress was good. He's going really well. He's matured into a really nice horse, and Invader is doing. He's off the
going
charts.
really well.
Yeah,
Invader,
as a sire, yeah.
which is interesting. This horse isn't a typical Invader. Oh well, I don't know what a typical Invader is, to be fair, but he's not. Looks nothing like Invader. He's a big horse. Only thing about him is chestnut. So
Same colour and markings as his sire, but he's about 2 hands taller.
and thicker. Yeah.
What are you aiming at for him this prep?
He looked like he was going to be good, and then he injured a fetlock last time through, so we had to give him some time off. That looks to tidy it up now. We'll just let him progress. Probably kick him off in something relatively easy on a nice track, maybe the Sunny Coast, Doomben Eagle Farm, somewhere where we can have a good look at him. He will improve off. He might take a run or two because he's quite gross. He had a big blow the other day. He had a big channel down his back, and he was puffing for 40 minutes after his trial. So
Yeah, right.
He'll improve. With a couple of trials, even a couple of runs might do him the world of good. And no real plans. We'll just let him progress. The Vows heads towards. Well, we spoke about that the other day. Maybe a Golden Eagle, but he would need to lift a bit, I would think. So whether we
That's our aspiration anyway.
Yeah, that's the. Yeah.
whether we just come back off that and go through the Gateway, was it?
Yeah, that's in. There's plenty of time for
There's
sort of
there's
both.
heaps of time.
If he wasn't good enough, we freshen up, divert to Gateway, and then cutest race on Magic Millions Day.
Yep.
That's the plan. But all roads head to there for now. If he puts his hand up and proves that he's worthy of going on, we do.
Yeah.
If not, freshen Gateway for a free ticket into the Stradbroke as a 4-year-old, and Magic Millions Day. So that's the plan for sort of the next 4 or 5 months. It's
a nice race in
positive
New
times.
Zealand.
He's not a stallion. We don't need to go to New Zealand. Don't worry about that.
Well, they
$1
come,
million.
they come looking for a 4-year-old over it's a mile, $1 million race over a mile for 4-year-olds.
Okay.
They come knocking on the door the other day, so I'm only putting it out there.
Rightio.
I'm just saying there's a nice
You've got
race.
plenty of
there.
options.
It doesn't mean we have to go there.
You blokes might need to have a meeting about this programming, I reckon.
We do every day.
All right.
Unfortunately,
Well,
it
anyway.
doesn't go too well.
I think the general consensus is there's a stack of races for him, and,
Which is good to have options.
and you can fit him in anywhere.
Yeah, well, great to see some of the big guns back, and both at home and interstate. So some exciting racing coming up.
Correct.
And good luck over the weekend. Enjoy, everyone.
Need a bit. Thank you.
Good luck.